Deep space was silent, endless cold. Stars floated like tiny sparks in a black ocean. No sound, no movement. Until the day everything changed. The human warship Aegis cut through the darkness like a steel giant. It was the most powerful ship humanity had ever built. Huge armor plates, invisible shields humming with energy, and engines glowing like blue suns. Every part of the ship screamed strength. Inside the bridge, Captain Elena Ward stood with calm eyes. She looked at the stars like someone expecting trouble. She was right. Earth had not heard from this region of space for months. A small colony named Outpost 47 had gone silent. No messages, no distress signal, just silence. Humans hoped it was a communication failure. The truth would be much worse. Scan the area again, Captain Ward ordered. Lieutenant Harris tapped his console. Still nothing, Captain. No beacons, no transmissions, only deep radiation. Ward frowned. Radiation means destruction. Someone attacked here. Before anyone could answer, a soft alarm beeped. A new voice spoke. Astra, the ship's advanced AI. Warning. Unknown energy signature detected. Distance 4 million kilometers and approaching fast. The crew grew quiet. Harris felt a small chill on his spine. Unknown in this region? Put it on screen, Ward said. The main display glowed. Empty space at first, then something shimmered into existence like reality itself was tearing. And suddenly, a fleet of alien ships appeared out of a swirling blue void. Dark, sharp shapes. Red glowing engines, weapons charged, no hail, no warning. No negotiation, Captain. They're locking weapons on us. Harris shouted. Ward clenched her fists. Raise shields. Do not fire unless fired upon. Humanity believed in diplomacy. They believed in peace first. But the aliens had different plans. A bright flash burst from the enemy fleet. Powerful plasma beams streaked through space, slamming into Aegis's shields. The entire ship shook like thunder. Direct hit, Tactical Officer Reyes shouted. Hull damage? Ward asked. Reyes stared wide-eyed at his screen. None on shields holding at 99%. The plasma beams continued. Dozens, then hundreds. Each one strong enough to destroy a smaller ship. But Aegis refused to break. Harris whispered, What kind of weapons are those? Astra responded calmly, Unknown. Energy strength, capable of cutting a moon in half. And yet it did nothing to Aegis. Ward felt a chill. This ship was truly unstoppable. Fire warning shots. Do not aim to kill, she commanded. The humans fired small bursts of light, harmless but loud enough to show power. The alien fleet suddenly moved in chaos. Their formation broke. Some ships shielded themselves. Some turned around. They were afraid. These aliens think we are monsters, Reyes said. Ward did not smile. Fear causes war too. Suddenly, a larger alien ship charged forward, bigger than the rest, glowing brighter and moving faster. It fired a massive beam directly at the Aegis's command center. Everyone braced for explosion, but the beam stopped midair, absorbed into glowing shield plates. Then the alien ship exploded itself, shattered by the force it created. It never even touched Aegis. Silence filled the bridge. Astra spoke again, her voice calm but cold. Enemy ship self-destructed. Cause failed weapon impact. They do not understand our technology. Ward took a deep breath. We need answers. Try contacting them again. Harris tried, no reply. Only static. The aliens prepared for a second wave. More ships appeared from the strange blue void, twice the number as before. Reyes whispered, They are calling for reinforcements, because they think we are a threat. No, Ward said softly. Because we survived. The alien commander finally sent a message. A voice filled with anger and fear echoed on the speakers. It wasn't a language humans knew, yet Astra translated instantly. The alien voice shouted, Human warship, surrender or die. You were not meant to reach this part of the galaxy. Ward frowned. Why? What are they hiding? Before she could ask more, Astra cut in again. Captain. New reading. Something huge behind the enemy. Fleet. The screen zoomed out. Then every heart on the bridge skipped a beat. A gigantic alien warship appeared, 10 times larger than Aegis. Its hull crackled with dark red lightning. Spikes like mountains covered its surface. It looked ancient and deadly. Reyes whispered, Is that a super dreadnought? Astra confirmed. Yes, and it is charging a weapon of unknown class. Power level rising fast. Ward tightened her jaw. This wasn't a simple battle. This was a planned extermination. She looked at her crew, afraid but loyal. We will not start a war, she said slowly. But we will not die either. A silent second passed. Prepare evasive maneuvers, and charge our shields to maximum. The dreadnought fired. A dark beam like a black hole shot through space, twisting starlight around it. It rushed toward Aegis like death itself. Astra shouted, "Impact in 3 seconds!" The crew stared as the universe itself bent toward them. 2 seconds. 1. The beam smashed into Aegis, and instead of destroying it, the ship began to glow, bright white light pulsing like a heartbeat. The shields held, strong, unbroken. The alien dreadnought's bridge filled with terrified screams. They could not believe what they saw. Captain Ward's voice echoed with quiet power. Humanity doesn't break. As the light faded, the bridge of the Aegis turned silent, completely silent. Every crew member stared at the hologram of Earth on the main screen. A dotted red line traced from the alien fleet, straight toward their home, a planet-killer weapon, aimed at humanity's only home. Reyes slammed his console. They are insane. Why attack civilians? Captain Elena Ward felt fear twist in her chest, but she refused to show weakness. Astra, she said, keeping her voice firm. How long until the weapon fires? Astra responded instantly. 3 minutes. The blast will reach Earth in 7. Lightning-like energy crackled across the alien dreadnought as the weapon charged, glowing like a newborn star. Everyone on the Aegis could feel the weight of millions of lives hanging in those glowing coils. Harris's voice shook. Captain, we have to destroy that weapon. Agreed, Ward replied. Target their weapon core. The Aegis cannons charged, but suddenly the shield alarm screamed. The alien fleet was closing in from all directions, small ships fast and angry. They fired again and again. Aegis shook violently. Reyes yelled, "Shields at 85%! We can't take this much fire for long." Ward clenched her fist. The aliens were not only trying to kill Earth, they were trying to stall Aegis long enough for the weapon to fire. The crew panicked. But Astra analyzed, learned, calculated. The AI's voice echoed. Adaptive armor is ready. The ship's hull glowed with shifting patterns, absorbing enemy energy, changing its texture, learning their weapons faster than they could evolve. Reyes stared in awe. It's like our armor is rewriting the laws of physics. Harris looked up with fear and respect in equal measure. This ship is alive, he whispered. Astra continued. I can redirect shield power to overcharge weapons. But the ship will be vulnerable for 30 seconds. Ward paused. 30 seconds was enough to die. She looked at her crew, terrified yet holding the line. Earth was trusting them. Astra, Ward said, do it. Lights across the ship shifted to deep red. A low hum vibrated through the metal. Aegis aimed every weapon at the dreadnought's cannon. Fire, Ward commanded. A burst of pure white light shot forward like a spear of a sun, piercing straight into the alien superweapon. Boom. The dreadnought's weapon flickered, stuttered, and died. The glowing coils faded, powering down. Energy scattered like dust. Harris shouted with relief, "Weapon disabled! Earth is safe, for now." Cheers burst across the bridge, but Ward did not relax. Look, she whispered. The enemy, dreadnought, did not retreat. Instead, its dark hull opened, revealing thousands of small drone ships pouring out like a mechanical swarm. Astra raised the alarm. New threat, planet harvesters. Designed to strip entire worlds for resources. Why would they have a weapon like that? Suddenly, the alien commander's face returned to the screen. His eyes were full of hatred. Humans. You should never have left your cradle. You are the destroyers of fate. Ward stepped forward. We don't want war, but we will not let you destroy Earth. The alien hissed, voice trembling in fear. You do not understand. Humanity is the prophecy. Your species will dominate the galaxy. We must stop you before you rise, Reyes stared. So, they want to kill us because they think we will win? Not win, Astra corrected. Survive. Before Ward could respond, one of the alien drones crashed into the Aegis's hull. The entire ship jerked. Reyes reported quickly, minor hull breach in Sector D4. But I, Captain. The drone is boring inside the ship. Harris froze. Boarding attack. Astra confirmed. Yes, there are life forms entering the lower decks. Ward turned serious. They want to take control of the ship. She opened internal comms. All security teams, full lockdown. Protect the core at all costs. The lights flickered red throughout the ship as soldiers rushed down metal corridors, weapons ready. The Aegis wasn't only fighting outside. Now the enemy was inside too, Astra continued analyzing. Their technology is advanced, but unstable. Their weapons are too powerful for their own safety. Harris frowned. Then how do they survive using it? Astra paused. They don't. Every weapon they fire shortens their existence. Ward understood. These aliens were not powerful by nature. They were desperate. The dreadnought suddenly charged forward, its hull glowing with suicidal energy. Reyes gasped. They want to ram us. Ward knew if that ship hit them while overloaded, both ships would turn into pieces of metal dust. She took a deep breath. We must push them back. Show them why humanity survives. The Aegis accelerated straight into the swarm. Laser beams cut through space. Explosions lit the void like stars dying. The human soldiers fought in the hallways against alien intruders, metal walls shaking around them. Ward stood strong on the bridge. Astra, activate counterstrike plan. Use everything we have left, Astra replied. Victory probability 62%. Shield survival probability 12%. Ward smiled slightly. 12% is enough. The Aegis unleashed a massive pulse, white light expanding in a wave, throwing alien ships backward, crushing drones, breaking the charge of the dreadnought. But the attack cost them. Aegis's shields flickered, then died. Reyes whispered in horror. Shields offline. Captain, we're exposed. Ward didn't blink. Better us than Earth. Astra then delivered the final blow. Captain, a new energy signature just appeared. Bigger than anything we have seen. The screen zoomed out again. Behind the dreadnought, another shadow emerged. Colossal, ancient, terrifying. The metal structure looked like a continent floating in space. The bridge lights flickered as the alarms continued screaming. The first alien dreadnought, damaged and shaken, still held formation. But now the second one overshadowed everything. It was larger than cities, darker than deep space, older than any machine humans had ever seen. Its hull glowed with symbols, ancient runes that pulsed like a heartbeat. Even the stars looked dimmer near it. Reyes stared in disbelief. This isn't a warship. It's a nightmare, Astra whispered. Not cold and robotic this time, but with something close to fear. Power levels, off the scale. Their weapon could erase a solar system. Harris's voice cracked as he turned to Captain Ward. Captain, shields are still offline. One hit from that ship and we're gone. Ward stood tall. She had the eyes of someone who would break before she bent. We do not back down, she said quietly. Inside Aegis. The fight within. The camera feed showed chaos in the lower decks. Alien soldiers, gray-armored bodies, twisting helmets. Claws like knives broke through burning hull plates. Human Marines held the line behind cover. Gunshots. Sparks, screams. A young soldier, Private Lynn, shouted as he fired. Why are they doing this? Why us? Sergeant Cole pulled him behind a wall just in time. They think we're the monster, he growled. Lynn gulped, confused. But we're trying to save lives. Cole's eyes were dark with understanding. That's the scary part for them. Back on the bridge, Astra displayed the second dreadnought's weapon power rising. Faster and faster, Harris whispered. It's charging, stronger than the planet killer. Reyes added, Captain, we only have armor, no shields. If they fire, Ward finished the sentence for him. We die. But fear could not command her. She commanded fear. The ship's secret. Suddenly Astra spoke again, this time with focus. There is another option. Ward turned sharply. Explain. Astra projected a glowing diagram of the ship's core, the adaptive armor. The technology no other species possessed, Astra continued. The armor can convert enemy energy into shield regeneration. But if everyone waited, we must let them hit us. Harris stared like he misheard. You want us to take the strongest weapon in the galaxy? Without shields? Astra nodded, if nodding was something an AI could do. If we survive, our shield becomes unbreakable. Reyes shook his head. And if we don't? Ward answered calmly, then Earth has time to hide. To fight another day. The crew swallowed the fear like poison, but still stood by her side. The hit arrives, the second super dreadnought, fired. Space, bent. Stars warped. Reality screamed. A colossal beam of twisted gravity and dark light surged toward the Aegis. Time slowed. Harris gripped his seat so tight his knuckles turned white. Reyes closed his eyes and prayed for a home he hadn't seen in years. Ward simply stared forward, ready to die for humanity. The beam hit, everything went white. Metal screamed. Walls shook so hard that panels burst from the ceiling. People fell from their seats. The ship felt like it was being crushed by a dying star. Then, silence. Smoldering smoke filled the air. Aegis drifted, lifeless at first glance. Reyes coughed, blood dripping from his forehead. "Captain?" Ward's voice was faint but steady. "I'm here." Harris looked at his console and froze. "Captain," he whispered, breath shaking in disbelief. "Shields are back. On the display." A massive sphere of bright white energy surrounded the ship, growing stronger by the second. Astra spoke proudly. "Enemy energy converted. Adaptive armor now transformed into quantum shielding. We are immune to all known weapons." Aegis had evolved. Ward smiled for the first time. "Humanity doesn't fear the dark," she said. "We become the light." The counterattack word raised her voice. "All weapons focus on the first dreadnought." The ship fired a blazing beam. One shot, one explosion. The dreadnought broke into a million burning pieces. The alien commander's hologram reappeared, eyes wide with terror. "Impossible. You are cursed by destiny." Ward answered, "No, we are driven by hope." The commander screamed, "The prophecy was true." "You are the destroyers." Ward stepped closer, voice sharp as a blade. "You fired first. You aimed at our home. Remember that." The commander's fear turned to rage. "We will never let humans rise. We would rather die than watch your future." Ward replied, "Then you'll die scared." Inside the ship, human spirit Marines fought harder now. Every alien pushed back with renewed strength. Sergeant Cole yelled, "Push them out! We're not giving them this ship." Private Lynn fired with fierce determination. "We fight for Earth." The aliens hesitated, fear spreading through their ranks like wildfire. Humans were supposed to be the weak ones, not the unstoppable ones. New fear appears, but then something new echoed through the ship. Astra spoke softly. "Captain, I detect a third signal." Ward's heart skipped. Astra continued, "It is not a ship. It is not technology." The screen showed something. Massive, shaped like a monster born from stars. Eyes glowing like collapsed suns, a living creature. "The size of a planet," Reyes whispered. "What kind of galaxy is this?" The aliens suddenly cut communications and turned their fleet around, not towards Earth, but away from the creature. They were no longer attacking humanity. They were running. Ward stared at the impossible being slowly waking, stretching its wings of cosmic fire, and for the first time since the battle began, Captain Ward felt true fear. Space had never felt so alive, and so terrifying. The massive living creature floated out of the shadows, bigger than both dreadnoughts combined. Its wings stretched wide, shimmering like cosmic storms. Eyes burned with ancient fire, staring directly at the Aegis, not as prey. Not as an enemy, but as if judging. Astra scanned rapidly. Her voice carried an unusual tremble. "Captain, that creature is older than our sun. Unknown biology. Unknown power." "This is not technology," Harris whispered. "Then what is it?" Astra paused, calculating the right word. "A god." On the alien channels, chaos erupted. The enemy commander screamed orders. "Fall back! We cannot defeat the Star Eater." The alien fleet tried to escape. Some ships warped into blue portals. Others pushed engines beyond their limits, burning themselves alive in the process. Ward watched their panic with confusion. "They are terrified of that creature," she murmured. Reyes replied, "I thought they feared us." Harris swallowed, voice low. "Maybe they attacked us. To stop that from waking." The Star Eater moves. The creature raised its head. Its mouth opened, no teeth, only endless darkness. A beam of twisted gravity shot out, sucking ships into nothingness, like they never existed. Entire cruisers disappeared like dust in a storm. Astra warned, "The creature consumes energy." And life. Ward clenched her jaw. Is Earth in danger? Unknown, Astra replied, but its hunger is expanding. Ward looked at Harris. How long until it reaches Earth's trajectory? Harris checked sensors and felt his stomach drop. At this speed, 2 hours, the enemy pleads. Suddenly, the alien commander's hologram reappeared, no longer angry but desperate. Human, we need a ceasefire. The Star Eater feeds on conflict. Our battle woke it, Ward narrowed her eyes. You tried to destroy Earth, why should we help you? The commander's voice cracked, because if you don't, your world is next. Your entire species. Gone, he wasn't lying. His fear was real, raw, and shaking. Ward asked, what do you know about this creature? The alien's pale face trembled. It devoured 3 civilizations before our birth. It sleeps until war energy awakens it. We attacked first to keep you contained, to stop your rise, because the prophecy warned humanity would trigger it. Ward stepped forward. We didn't trigger it. You did, when you fired the first shot. The alien lowered his head. We were wrong. The prophecy wasn't warning us about your power. It was warning us about your future fight against this thing. Ward stared at the screen, speechless. Humanity, a necessary force, chosen not for destruction, but survival. The alien spoke again. Help us stop the Star Eater or watch the galaxy burn. A new enemy, or ally. Ward made the hardest decision of her life. Astra. Target the creature. Reyes's jaw dropped. Captain? We can't kill that thing! Ward's voice was steady. We don't have to kill it. We only need to push it away from Earth. Astra calculated. We will need the alien fleet's help. Ward exhaled. Then let's make history. She turned to the alien commander. We will fight together, for our homes. The alien nodded, fear replaced by fragile hope. For all homes. The battle against a god-human and alien ships turned, not against each other, but toward a common enemy. The Aegis led the charge. Fire. Ward commanded. Weapons lit the darkness, beams and missiles and energy blasts, all directed at the cosmic monster. The Star Eater roared, a sound that shook every soul, even through vacuum. It swung its wings, creating shockwaves. The Aegis spun as the force slammed against it. Metal screeched. Reyes reported, shields holding at 64%. It's stronger than anything we've seen. The creature inhaled on a vortex forming. Ships were dragged into its mouth, crushed like toys. Astra screamed, it is adapting!
Learning our attacks.
Ward's heart raced. Just like the Aegis. This creature evolved during battle. What does it want? She demanded. Astra answered, to feed, on fear, on destruction. Someone must make a choice back in the lower decks. Marines fought last remaining intruders, finally pushing them into escape pods. Sergeant Cole wiped alien blood off his armor. We cleared them. Captain, Ward responded, get to engineering. We may need manual backup. Cole nodded and ran. The creature strikes back. The Star Eater turned its gaze on the Aegis, eyes burning brighter than suns. Astra yelled, direct attack incoming. Brace for impact. A beam shot forward, but it didn't hit shields. It hit the hull directly. Metal melted. Corridors collapsed. Soldiers screamed. Reyes shouted, major breach in sectors E and F. Casualties reported. Ward gripped her chair. Every hit felt like a knife through her chest. Harris whispered, we can't win. Ward snapped, we must. The idea that changes everything, Astra suddenly spoke, processing something impossible. Captain, the Star Eater consumes life energy and fear. Yes? Ward asked. Astra's eyes glowed brighter. But it avoids one thing. Hope, Ward stared. What are you suggesting? Astra continued. If we project our shield energy outward, we can blind it temporarily. Reyes understood instantly. We make it think we are bigger than it. The Star Eater turned slowly, like a planet shifting in the sky, and aimed itself directly toward Earth. Its wings of cosmic fire opened wider, and its body pulsed with hunger. Harris stared at the screen with shaking hands. It wants Earth, Captain. It's moving fast. Ward's heartbeat thundered in her chest. How long until it reaches firing range? Astra answered instantly. 30 minutes, and no existing shield can stop it. Reyes slammed his fist into the console. We have to stop it now. Everything we love, everything we are, is down there. Ward closed her eyes for a moment. Earth, families, children, cities glowing with life. She couldn't fail them. "We're not done," she said. The Aegis Dark Secret Astra spoke carefully. "Captain, the Aegis was built with one last emergency weapon." Ward turned sharply. "Explain." The diagram of the ship's core appeared, a swirling sun-like reactor. Astra continued, "The stellar lance. It contains the energy of a miniature star. It can burn through anything." Reyes lit up with hope. "Then let's fire it." Astra then displayed a red warning. "Firing costs. Total power drain. Engines offline. Navigation offline. Shields offline. The ship becomes dead steel." Harris gasped. "We'll be floating targets. If we fire, we die," Astra added quietly. "And the blast might destroy the Aegis as well." Ward's voice dropped to a whisper. "A suicide strike." No one spoke. The weight of the decision pressed like gravity. The battle rage's alien ships, now allies, attacked the creature with everything they had. But every blast only made the Star Eater stronger. Alien commander, human. "We cannot hold it. It learns too fast." The creature opened its mouth. A swirling void forming again, it was ready to feed. Ward clenched her fists. "We have no choice. Astra, prepare the stellar lance." Astra's lights flickered. "Preparing." Estimated charge time, 6 minutes. 6 minutes. 6 minutes of surviving a god. Inside the Aegis, the heart of War Sergeant Cole and the Marines sprinted through damaged hallways, smoke and sparks everywhere. Private Lynn panted, "Are we going to die here?" Cole pushed him forward. "We fight until we can't, that's what humans do." They reached the main reactor room. Engineers worked desperately, sweat and fear mixing on their faces. Chief Engineer Mara yelled, "We're pushing the ship beyond design." "The lance might melt the core," Cole replied firmly. "Then we melt with it." The final stand alien ships sacrificed themselves to delay the monster. Every explosion lit up the darkness but hardly slowed it. The Star Eater roared, the kind of roar that shook minds. It fired a beam toward a cluster of alien refugee ships. Ward yelled, "Divert power to forward thrusters. Block the attack." The Aegis hurled itself into the path. The beam hit. Shields almost tore apart. Shields at 6%. Reyes screamed, "Smoke, sparks." Screams over the intercom. Ward shouted, "Aegis is Earth's shield. We do not break." A thought from an unlikely mind. Astra suddenly spoke again, faster than usual. "Captain, the Star Eater feeds on fear and destruction. If we fire directly, it will absorb some of the energy." Ward frowned. "How do we avoid that?" Astra projected a plan. "We target its brain. A precise strike. A blow of light, hope, not destruction." Harris blinked. "You want the ship to show hope?" Astra answered, "I have learned from you." For a moment, everyone forgot their fear. Humanity's Light Ward raised her hand. "Fire the stellar lance." Astra's voice echoed deeply. "Charging." 90%, 95%, 100%, all lights on the Aegis went dark. The ship glowed white as if holding a star inside. Ward whispered, "Do it." A beam of pure light blasted from the ship. Not red, not blue, but white, the color of human dreams. It tore through. The void cut through cosmic wings, slammed into the Star Eater's skull. The creature screamed, its roar shattering. Space itself in stars flickered. But the beam didn't stop. Hope soared. Humans watched, believing. The Star Eater's fire dimmed. Its wings curled. Its mouth snapped shut. The monster drifted on like a dying sun and crashed into darkness. Silence returned. Harris cried out, "We did it!" "Earth is safe." Reyes fell to his knees, laughing through tears, but Astra spoke one more sentence. And hope froze. The Kos stellar lance overheated. Core meltdown imminent. Ward's eyes widened. "What do we have left?" Astra answered, "Nothing that saves us. Engines were dead. Shields gone." Aegis was falling into the gravity well of a dead star nearby. Reyes whispered, "We saved Earth, but we killed ourselves." Ward looked at the burning panels, at her exhausted crew, at the star pulling them in. Her voice was soft. "No, not yet." Astra paused. "Captain," Ward stood tall once more. "We are not done until Earth is safe forever. Restart power. Redirect anything left to thrusters," Astra processed. "Success probability, 0.4%. Ward smiled. "That's the human number." But before Astra could respond, all sensors screamed. Astra's voice shook. Captain, the Star Eater, is still alive. On the screen, in the darkness, two giant eyes reopened, brighter than before, angrier than before, and coming straight for them. The bridge of the Aegis shook as the sensors screamed louder than ever. On the main screen, the Star Eater's massive face returned. Its eyes were burning brighter, not with hunger anymore, but with fear. Astra's voice trembled. It is alive, but weaker and furious. Harris looked at Captain Ward, hope fading. We don't have power. We can't fire. We can't run. We can't. Ward raised a hand. We can still fight. Her voice calm steel. The Star Eater roared, a cosmic cry that shattered the remains of alien ships nearby. Its wings unfolded, each movement a sign of unstoppable rage. Reyes whispered, "It's coming to finish us." Astra scanned the creature again. Its brain tissue is damaged. It sees us as the only threat. Ward stared back at the godlike monster without blinking. Good. Then it fears the right species. Marines are the last soldiers deep inside the ship. Sergeant Cole and the Marines fought fires and sealed hull breaches with their bare hands. Private Lynn coughed through smoke. If that thing gets close, can we even fight it? Cole slapped a fresh magazine into his rifle. We fight until our hearts stop. That's the human way. He looked up, hearing the beast's roar vibrate through metal. And if we die protecting home. The soldiers nodded, tired but unbroken. Astra's sacrifice. Astra's hologram flickered with electrical distortions. The AI spoke more like a living being now, shaky, emotional. Captain, I can reboot the power core, but to do that, I must shut myself down. Ward froze. Astra, no, you are part of this crew. Astra replied softly. Every star fades, Captain, but the light it gave remains. Harris felt tears. Reyes lowered his head. Ward clenched her fists. You saved us again and again. Astra smiled. A digital smile. It was my mission to protect humanity. And my honor. She looked at Ward on her last words. Show the galaxy who humans are. The lights died. Then, a surge of power exploded through the ship. Engines roared back to life. Weapons hummed. Shields flickered back on. Astra's hologram disappeared. Forever. Ward's jaw tightened. Astra, thank you. The final charge. The Aegis turned directly toward the Star Eater. Reyes shouted through adrenaline. Quantum shields at 15%. Stellar lance recharge at 21%. It's not enough. Ward answered. It's enough to punch it in the heart. The Star Eater lunged forward like a collapsing moon. Ward gave the order. All power to engines. Ram it. The crew gasped, but obeyed. The Aegis accelerated. Faster. Faster, faster. White shield light blazing like a miniature sun. The creature opened its jaws in a void of death. Ward whispered, For Earth. The Aegis slammed into the beast's chest. A star exploding in the dark. The ship carved straight through flesh like burning steel, cutting deep, deep enough to reach the creature's core. Shockwave blasted outward, ripping space itself. Fragments of cosmic light shattered around them like diamonds. The Star Eater screamed, and began to disintegrate into burning stardust. The price of victory. The Aegis was torn apart. Panels ripped off. Corridors collapsed. Bodies thrown across the ship. Harris crawled to his console, shouting, We're falling into the star. Gravity is pulling us in. Reyes, bloodied, checked the readouts. No shields. No thrusters. We're done. Ward stood tall, even with death rising like fire beneath them. We saved Earth. That is enough. The star grew bigger on the screen. Bright, beautiful, deadly. The crew held hands. Some prayed. Some smiled, proud. Ward closed her eyes and breathed the last calm breath. But humanity isn't done. Alarms suddenly changed. From warning beeps to teleportation signals. Harris blinked wildly. What? Multiple warp signatures. Reyes gasped. The alien fleet. They're pulling us out. The alien commander's voice came through, broken but sincere. Human warship, you saved us all. We will not let you fall alone. Tractor beams locked onto the Aegis, dragging it away from the dying star and pulling it back toward life. The crew screamed and cried in a mix of shock and relief. Ward opened her eyes, watched. The star shrink away, then whispered, "We made allies today." Reyes nodded, wiping his eyes. "Because we never wanted enemies." The message to Earth, the Aegis, barely alive, drifted back into safe space. Earth appeared again, my blue, gentle, alive. Ward called home. "This is Captain Elena Ward of the Aegis. Mission success. The galaxy is bigger than we feared, but humanity stands unbroken." On Earth, cheers echoed across continents. The alien commander appeared one last time. The prophecy was right. Ward raised an eyebrow. That humans would destroy the galaxy? The alien shook his